So if you don't want to spend $250,000 on the traditional Mercedes-Benz S-Class or the BMW 7 Series, and you want something fully electric, well, this could be the car for you. It is called the Genesis Electrified G80. And this is priced just over 145,000 Australian dollars. And this is the type of vehicle you should consider if you're looking at things like the Mercedes EQE and the Porsche Taycan. And in this review, I am going to tell you everything you need to know about it, running you through its options, the exterior design, interior features, its technology, practicality, and we're also going to have a look at the powertrain and see how it performs on the road to see if this is the best luxury EV on the market. Let's start this video talking about a brief overview about the G80. So it is available in petrol form with 2 powertrain options, or you can get what I have here, the Electrified G80, which is only available in a single high specification trim called the Luxury. And you've also got 13 colours to choose from. Metallic and special matte paint finishes will be an additional cost. And you've also got 6 interior colours to choose from. Now on that subject of pricing, do you need finance? Well, head over to driver.com.au. They are designed to get you the best personalised rate for you, comparing the best deals with no impact to your credit score, and there are no hidden fees, and the whole quote can be done online within minutes. And if you finance with Driver using my link down below, you are going to receive a $150 gift voucher. So pretty good reason to check them out using my referral code down below. Let's now talk about the design. There are matrix LED headlights along with LED daytime running lights and LED indicators. It is a nice twin headlight design at the front, and the car itself definitely stands out on the road. However, compared to the internal combustion G80, this front grille is closed off, and over here is the flap for your charging cable. And moving towards the side view, it sits on 19-inch multi-spoke alloy wheels wrapped in Michelin Pilot Sport tyres. There are also cameras that scan the road ahead and changes the settings on the adaptive suspension, very similar to a Mercedes S-Class with magic body control. And you've also got chrome strips on the side with built-in indicators, along with chrome on the windows, privacy glass, and up the top here, a solar panel. As you can see on the screen, I've listed out key charging information. And moving towards the rear design, you have a set of twin LED rear tail lights at the back, along with additional chrome down the bottom and a Genesis label on the boot lid. And lastly, styling is subjective, so let me know down in the comments of what you guys think of the overall design. Okay, inside the electrified Genesis G80, so before you climb inside, you have a remote key, keyless entry, and push ignition start. So first impressions inside the Genesis. Well, it definitely does stand out. I do like the two-tone colour combination and this forged wood, which looks a little bit like graphite. You could also option this with brown ash timber as well. And in terms of your touch points, everything is wrapped in leather. Even the center console, it is all soft to the touch. Soft touch materials even on the glove box, as well as this Alcantara roof lining. It's also soft to the touch along here with leather padding. Even the attention to detail with the switchgear on the steering wheel and even on the indicators as well. Just some of the small details I really like about this car. The steering wheel also feels very nice to hold, very bespoke design. It is also wrapped in leather. The steering also offers electric tilt and reach adjustment, so it's very easy to get comfortable behind the wheel, and both the front row seats can be heated and ventilated. There's also a heated steering wheel along with dual zone climate control, and for the driver, a massage function along with adjustable lumbar support. The seats themselves are finished in quilted leather, and if we move on to the infotainment, it all runs off this 14.5-inch ultra-wide high-resolution touchscreen display. It is a little bit hard to reach, however you can use the manual swivel wheel down the bottom, and it doesn't take too long to get used to. You've also got key shortcut buttons along the center here, physical buttons for the dual zone climate control with physical dials, and a few touchscreen buttons for various functions, very similar to a BMW 7 Series. For entertainment, you have a 21-speaker Lexicon sound system. You've also got AM, FM, and digital radio, along with smartphone mirroring, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which are both wired. And this is what Apple CarPlay looks like. And as you can see, nice layout, high resolution, and it's very nicely integrated. You've also got inbuilt satellite navigation with 3D maps and live traffic alerts, along with voice control and Siri integration, as well as a dedicated EV menu. So if I go into this section here, it shows you how much battery you have left, the nearest available charges, and anything additional you want to know about the powertrain. And you can also change the ambient lighting in the cabin as well. And ahead of the driver is a heads-up display showing you your map directions, the speed traveling, and a speed assist function, as well as your assistance menus. And ahead of the driver is a 12.3-inch 3D digital instrument cluster. It is fairly basic in terms of its configuration, but you can scroll through the center looking at driver assistance, map directions, and battery information. And moving on to safety, if I flick it into reverse, that is your 360-degree camera. You can select multi-angle views, and there's also a 3D mode, like what you will find in a BMW 7 Series, along with front and rear parking sensors, a rear cross traffic alert, and an automatic parking assistant. There's also autonomous emergency braking, junction assistant, evasive steering assistant, as well as a lane departure warning, a lane keeping assistant, and semi-autonomous steering. So this car has the ability to steer itself within its lane. And when you select the indicators, 2 cameras appear showing you your blind spots on video. This is also your gear selector, so flick it to the right for drive, left for reverse, and press it in for park with an automatic hold feature. And you've also got 3 drive modes, so Eco, Comfort, and Sport. And lastly, moving on to practicality. So we'll start with the sunglasses holder, decent sized glove box, 2 small cup holders in the center, decent door bin storage on the doors, and decent storage along the center as well, with a 12-volt socket, a wireless phone charging pad with 2 USB-A charging ports. Let's now move on to the back seats inside the Electrified G80. So I am a full-size adult. I've got this front seat set in my driving position, and as you can see, decent knee room, headroom is okay. However, toe room is not so great due to the fact that the battery pack sits underneath the floor, and that is a common problem with most EVs. However, it is something you should consider if you are carrying rear passengers in the back quite frequently. And in terms of other key features, you can move this forwards and backwards if this left rear passenger requires additional space. You've also got map pockets behind the front seats. On each of the B pillars, a set of coat hook hangers, decent door bin storage, a manual sunshade, as well as a power operated sunshade towards the rear, dual zone climate control at the back with air vents, and you've also got a set of 2 9.2-inch touchscreen displays, which basically mimics the front infotainment. It is a touchscreen, of course, but you can use the additional controls on the armrests. So you can use the swivel wheel, and in terms of what you can do with it, you can have a look at the satellite navigation, change the ambient lighting, change various settings on the climate menu, or go into the entertainment menu. So lots to play around with that. There is also center storage with a USB port and 2 headphone jacks. And towards the back, you've got storage here that opens up if you require carrying a pair of skis, as this goes into the boot. And these 2 outboard seats can also be heated using the controls on the center. And lastly, for baby seats, these 2 outboard seats are also ISOFIX compatible, and right behind me there are 3 top tether points. Let's now move on to the boot space. So you get a power operated boot lid, nice wide opening for a sedan. However, it is worth mentioning there is a little bit of a hump towards the back of the boot floor, and like most EVs, it is compromised in terms of capacity. This electric version has 354 litres of boot space, whereas the petrol version has 424 litres. There is still enough room to fit a carry-on suitcase, but if you do require more space, most likely the petrol version will be your best alternative. You do have additional tie-down hooks, a net on the left side, and underfloor storage where you will find room for the charging cable and the tyre repair kit, as the Electrified G80 sits on run flat tyres. Let's now move on to charging. So this is your 11 kilowatt charger, and you just open up this flap here, and that reveals AC and DC charging with a light indicator to tell you how much battery is left in the car. AC will charge the car fully within 8 hours at an 11 kilowatt rate, whereas DC will charge the car within 2 hours at 800 volts and up to 350 kilowatts. Moving on to the powertrain. So under the skin, it features an 87 kilowatt lithium ion battery pack, and all that power is driven by 2 twin electric motors. And on the screen now are some key details, and this car can still achieve a driving range of 520 kilometers. So let's get it out on the road and see how it performs. Okay, driving around in the Genesis G80 Electrified, starting with parking. So good all-round visibility, decent rear window as well, and considering it is a long car, it's pretty easy to park. And when you open the door, it alerts you to watch out for traffic. And driving around town, as you would expect, being an EV, it moves along in silence. It is luxurious, the seats are ultra comfortable, so it does waft about like a traditional limousine, so I think that is a big green tick. And in terms of energy consumption, the manufacturer's claim is on your screen now. On your screen now is what I've achieved from a mixture of city and motorway driving. The adaptive cruise control works well, so if I just set it, you can see it keeps me within my lane. It also alerts me if I get distracted, and even when I'm in stop-start traffic, when the car in front of me is moving away. Let's now talk about the drive mode. So I've been driving around in Eco, so with the accelerator pedal, as you can see, it's not as lurchy. Then you can shift it over to Comfort. The throttle response is a little bit more active. And in terms of ride comfort, the adaptive suspension is doing a really good job absorbing all those bumps, so it is a very comfortable car to cruise around in. And when you put it into sport, I've just got to slow down because it gets up and goes pretty quickly. So it doesn't flick you into your seat like a performance EV, but it still gives you a lot of performance frills. So all round it does feel like a traditional limousine built for comfort, not speed. So you still have a lot of performance, but in terms of how it delivers its performance, it has been set up to be more refined on the road. So from a complete stop, what is it like? So ready? "30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So yeah, pretty good performance figures. So with my driving impressions out of the way, let's now wrap up this video with a verdict. As a driver's car, the G80 is silent, luxurious, and fast on the open road. And in terms of refinement and equipment, it does match its European rivals, whilst being a more cost-effective alternative. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions about the car, share your thoughts in the comments down below. Hit like and subscribe, and hit that bell icon to receive notifications every time I upload a new car review.